our Saturday class. I'm going to break down the first class that we did. We started off talking about musicality, right? And the ways that we can kind of break down this idea of musicality. Guys, can we be quiet real quick? Okay? We talked about 3 different techniques that we can use to implement this idea of musicality in our dance. One of them was rhythm changes, the others was angle and rotation, and the last one was height changes. Yeah? And when we do this, a rhythm change is basically anything outside of the basic rhythm of swing, which would be a walk, walk, triple step for a 6 count, and for an 8 count, walk, walk, triple step, walk, walk, triple step. Anything outside of those 2 basic rhythms would be considered a rhythm change. Yeah? Now when doing a rhythm change, we can incorporate more into our rhythm or subtract out, depending on what the music is telling us to do. If I wanted to, I would do a 6 count, 3, 4, 5, 6, all singles. Yeah? I would never want these to become my basic, but it's a nice way to incorporate some variety in the dance and express what the music is telling us. Yeah? Or I can add in more. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah? Followers, what we talked about in doing a rhythm change and playing around with the music, as long as I'm ready to go, when the gentleman leads me, I'm okay to do that and take the initiative to play. Even if I end up on my left foot, I can still go triple step, triple step, triple step. Yeah? I can do all doubles, right? There's different ways that I can incorporate this, even if I'm starting on my left foot. Yeah? The next thing that we talked about was angles. Angles and rotation in our dance. And one way that we displayed this was in a sugar push. We talked about connection and maintaining this connection no matter what. So even if I'm creating an angle, I have to maintain this connection. If I let it go, I've lost it. I've lost the key element of what I'm doing. So we displayed this in doing a sugar push. We went 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. We also had the gentleman do it. He went 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do an angle. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now this is something that we can do on our own, or we can do it together. But as long as it's not affecting the other person, it's a styling of our own. Okay? The next thing that we talked about was height changes. And we did this in doing a sugar talk. One thing that's always important when creating a height change is that we want to do the opposite before we go into the next movement. So if I want to show that I'm going down, I need to go up before I go down, and vice versa. So we did this in a sugar tuck. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We also have the gentleman doing the same thing. Rise on 2, fall on 3. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that basically summed up our first class, yeah?
Yep.
Excellent.
Good.
Do we want to stop and move on to the next? Or
No,
just keep
just
going?
keep going, yeah. Keep
All right. Class number 2, what we did was some fun basic patterns. Initially, we started off by talking about some connection technique. We did this and basically talking about the height of where the gentleman's arm is. We always want it to be close to the girl's center. As soon as it gets too high, it can start injuring. Now, if a gentleman has it too high, one way is that ladies, we can try to correct this without verbally telling him, is I just make my slot a little bit shorter, and I don't give out to the full extension. Yeah? As soon as I go out too far, it can have the tendency to creep up. Ladies, we also talked about keeping our movement continuous while the guys post on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. I'm slowly moving back, getting the full extent of this natural connection. The next thing we talked about was turning technique. And we talked about doing this pattern of a barrel roll, where the gentleman is matching his movement to mine. So when we do this barrel roll, we went 1, 2. Now the gentleman matches his body and his rotation with mine, making it easier for me. His arm isn't too high up or else it can injure me, and it's directly over my head. We finish out, and we also add an extra turn, ending it. Gentlemen, if you decide to do an extra turn, do not lower your hand fully to the ground. That tells the girl that she is done with her turn. You want to keep it up and continue that rotation up and over. Okay? The next thing that we did was a whip variation. We did 2 hand hold, and we did a tuck turn where both hands go up and over the girl's head. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. So now we're in this hand hold position. We're going to do basically the footwork of a reverse whip. First version first, where we're just giving out 7 and 8. We go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? We also did the second version when we go into the reverse whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. On 7, we get this extension here. 8, the gentleman steps forward in front, leading me this way. His right hand comes up and over. He's turning his body. The hand breaks. and I drag it down his arm. That was the second version that we did. The third version, here we go. We did the reverse whip, 3 and 4, 5, 6, still extension, bringing me in, but he's turning and lets me continue my rotation fully out. Yeah, that was our second class, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Come and talk to me if you have questions, comments, concerns, anything.
Small, cozy group, but lots of fun to dance with each other, so let's dance.
Oh yeah, we're real tickets. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
I'm Tara.
Tara, what's your last name?
Trafzer.
Tara Trafzer.
Yeah, that's me. Tara Trafzer. Trafzer.
Simple.